Hey, what is going on, guys? Loony here. Welcome back to WorldEdit. Yay! I've actually started to do it again. So in this tutorial, we are going to be doing the / expand vert command. It's literally pretty simple, and obviously I'm getting back into the swing of this, so I thought that I'd do a simple type of thing if you want. So let's go ahead and create a new class, and let's go ahead and call it / expand command. So yeah. And then, obviously, let's go ahead and do our implements command executor. And then let's go ahead and import that. And now we need our override. Actually, let's go ahead and make this easy and just add the unimplemented methods. Change this to sender, cmd for command, label, and then obviously args. So now that we've got that all sorted, let's do the... Actually, we've got this in a different one. Let's go ahead and copy it up to this ID thing. And then what we can go ahead and do is we can just paste it. Then we can go and change it to /expand. And do the following. So this is just so then we don't have to keep going around copying out everything. So now if p.has has permission, mwe.expand, and then obviously an else. The else will basically just say that they don't have permission. Of which I think we have as a thing we do. So... let's go ahead and do that, but change this to expand. Now let's go ahead and add another if args. So if args 0 dot equals ignore case vert, which stands for vertical, else. So because at the moment the only thing that we have is vert, we want to make sure that they can only put vert. So else chat color dot red. Plus usage, and then I'm going to make it italic, plus chat color dot italic, plus and then slash expand and then vert. So yeah, so let's go ahead and copy this little if statement for the permission again. Now we can go ahead and delete the thing inside, but we have to keep this, and then we'll put dot vert. And then this is basically going to let us know that they don't have the permission for / expand vert. If you want, you could just do / expand. Don't really know which way WorldEdit does it, but I don't think it really matters. So now that we've got this, we need to make sure that the selection, that the player selections are actually, if the player actually has a selection. So if core.get WorldEdit API.get selection1, and then obviously p.get unique ID doesn't equal null, and core.get WorldEdit API.get selection2 p.get unique p.get unique ID doesn't equal null, then that's our little if statement over. Then obviously as like a little else, so let's say else p.send message chat color dot red plus selections not found, comma, did you make one? Actually no, did you make a region? Because it needs to be a region. And then inside of this, we are going to do this thing which is core.get WorldEdit API dot expand region. Then this will be for p.get unique ID. Then we could just do p.send message chat color dot green region expanded. Now let's go ahead and hover over this error, and then it will go ahead and ask us to create the method. Easier to tell it to go create the method instead of us right now the 3 lines of code. And now that's done, we need to go ahead and do basically the main part. So location lock equals get selection 1 of unique ID. Lock 2 is equals get selection 2 of unique ID. Now let's go ahead and do a double. Lock y equals lock.get y. And because we're expanding the y, this is why we only need to get the y from both the locations. So let's go ahead and call the other one lock2y, which will get it from lock2.getY. And that is how we're going to do that. So now it's time for an if statement. So if lock y is bigger than lock2y, then lock y is equals to 255.0 and lock 2y is equal to 0.0. Else lock y equals 0.0 and lock2y is equal to 55.0. In fact, we'll put this to 1.0 because otherwise it's going to remove bedrock. So what this is basically saying is if selection 1, as in y, is higher than lock 2, so basically is like the top point than lock 2, then okay, let's go ahead and set lock y to 255 and then lock 2 to 1, so they have the same height instead of just switching them around. Else, which basically means lock 2 is higher than lock y, then it's just going to revert that. But obviously, what if they're on the same level, but you still want to expand it? Lock y is equal to lock 2y. If lock y is equal to lock 2y, lock 2y, well then we just need to do lock y equals 255.0, and then lock 2y equal to 1.0. It's not really that important, but this is exactly just the same as this, so if you want, in fact, you could just go ahead and just do an OR statement so it does that. So yeah, I guess that works like that. So now lock is equal to new location lock.getWorld lock.getX, and now we need to go ahead and get our double. So lock y, and then lock.getZ, and then that's basically resetting back the location to update the y at the same time as updating everything else. So let's go ahead and update all this as well. So that is now both locks absolutely done. So now we need to go ahead and set the selection of the unique ID, which is the player, and then the location. So this is lock. So you always want to do the lowest. I like to basically think about selection 1 being the lowest point, and then selection 2 being the highest point. But because there's too many, because there's two different outcomes of this, it doesn't really matter where you've put it. So that is that. And then if we were to go ahead and add it into our plugin.yml, so let's just go ahead and copy this, go back to the start, change this to expand. This is expand vertically your region. And then in our core class, what we can go ahead and do is we can go ahead and add get command, and then /expand dot set executor to a new /expand command. And that is literally it. If we went ahead and exported this now, and then I reloaded, you should see that we get no errors. So if I did /1 and give myself the 1, so this is the highest point. So if I left click this and then right click this, and then if I did /region expand, actually hold on, if I didn't do, obviously /region expand isn't actually a thing, so that's why. But if I didn't do the expanding yet, and I did /set1, as you can see, it would only do that part there. So if I was to go ahead and /set0 to update, and then I'll have to go ahead and put down this again, which is annoying. So if I was to go ahead and select them again, and then did /expand vert, it doesn't show you that it's expanded. But if you did /set1 then, and that's just as an example, as you can see, it goes all the way up. I'm not going to go all the way up because just because it would take too much time. And then down here, as you can see, this will go all the way down to the bottom as well. Again, I'm not going to go all the way down there because the code, as you can see, basically just tells you that it goes up and down. And if you ever want to get rid of this, just do /set0. And then it will do it all because it's the big region, unless if you select a different region. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, please leave a rating, as it really does help me out. And I'll see you next time. See you guys.